So, if you see my first video, I mentioned that I wanted to start a Child Welfare Wednesday series, and obviously it's gonna be every Wednesday. I don't know what each video will be about as far as Wednesdays, but just whatever comes to mind is what I'm gonna do. So I think today we're gonna start with how I became involved, started my career in that field, this field, because I'm still doing the job. As I said before, I won't mention clients' names or locations that I've worked, or maybe even co-workers' names. So I graduated college in 2017, and I came back home. And when I say home, my primary residency that May, and I just obviously was sitting there thinking, like, what am I gonna do with my freaking life? As everybody who graduates thinks, what the hell am I gonna do? And I just remembered applying jobs, and I was in a relationship at the time, and I wanted to be close to that person, so I'm like, let me just apply to jobs in that area that person's gonna move to, because I want to be a grown, independent woman. I still regret it to this day as far as wanting to be grown. That's what I'm saying, regret. And I applied to jobs, and I received a call, maybe like 15 minutes from the location where, me and that person were going to move at the time. And I went up for an interview, and it was for an organization as a case planner. Case planner, you basically do pretty much almost what a social work does, a case manager does, so, as far as kids in foster care. So I got the interview. I got the job. I think I was notified maybe a week later. And honestly, when I go with your gut feeling, people. And I know I'm probably all over the place, but when I got the job, I kind of remember saying, I hope this other job that I applied for calls me, because my gut is telling me, like, maybe I'm not right for this field. And not because I don't think I can do it, but I don't think I can handle the trauma, the stress, and the anxiety that's going to come with the job. And I'm probably looking here, looking there, just ignore me because the camera. But I remember, saying, like, I'm just going to do it. It's my first job out of college. If I don't like it, I can always get another job. Yeah. Okay. Sure, you're right, sweetheart. That's not how the world works. Because it takes time for people to get back to you for another job. I started the job August of 2017, and I worked there at that specific location, organization, and had 2 different roles up until July of 2020. So I was there for a long time. I've grown as a person there. I met a lot of wonderful people that I'm still close to there. Relationships came, relationships have gone, and life has happened. And I worked in a predominantly white organization, white location, just white. And that really truly challenged me for a person who grew up in a predominantly diverse neighborhood, area, region. I went to school in like a predominantly diverse schools from, kindergarten all the way to pretty much college. So working with only one person of color in that office was me. And the other person of color so happened to quit and leave literally a week before I started. Well, shocker, right? I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know how this is going, but I'm just talking, and at any point in time, I probably will stop myself. But I can say, in this field, when you work with foster care, preventive, whatever it is in the child welfare field, anything that has to even do with social services, not even just child welfare, just social services, and really helping people who are in need and trauma, experience trauma and need just the extra support and help, you tend to freaking forget about yourself along the way. I'm honestly going to say that. So I can reflect now and smile and laugh because, I'm still working in the field, and we'll get there, because I'm all over the place. But I worked at that first location from August 2017 to July 2020, and family things happened, COVID happened, life happened. And I just was stuck in a place where I was just so far away from the people I love, family, for so long. 2017 until 2020, and just traveling to even visit people on holidays, and just life happened. Since COVID happened, I lost a lot of family members and, people that are really important to me. And I decided to move closer to home and be back with my family. And I started this new job because, when COVID was happening, I kind of was, it's still happening. But when it started and things were happening, I kind of said, let me just stick to what I know. Let me stick to what I'm good at. Let me just stay in the same field. And mistake number one among all the million other mistakes I've made in my life, which is the learning process. But I'm grateful to have a job, and I just started in the same position as a case planner again in August 2020. So yeah, quick. Literally got a job right as soon as I started applying. And I'm still in the same role as of July 2021. And I hate it. I'm miserable. I'm not happy. I feel stuck. I love the kids I work with. Don't like all of the clients and everybody I see. Don't like some of the things that I hear and how people talk to you. But I'm still in the field, and I think if I share my stories with people, we can laugh together and we can talk about it together, and just maybe shed light on the clients we work with, for people to actually see what we go through in a daily. And maybe, I don't freaking know. We used to say for my first job, you can't make this shit up. You really honestly can't make this shit up. The stuff you hear, and I'm not saying nobody's trauma, anything like that's funny. Nobody's experiences are funny. But some of this shit can be avoidable. Some of it we really can honestly avoid and not have to have people like myself and other workers in your face, in your home. And not all people in this field, nobody in this field just wants to take kids from parents. That's not what we do. But for those people out there who think that, understand, we wouldn't be in these people's lives if they didn't need us. They obviously done something to have us literally be in their home. To say, oh, Court needs to be involved. We don't just pop up and say, oh, Billy down the street, yeah, he just looks too happy. We're going to go there and talk to him about his kids and possibly, take them or whatever. But I don't, I'm just saying, for those people who just want to be a-holes and think that we just go ahead and snatch kids and just take them and run and we just hate everybody. We don't do that. So as I said, I've been in this field since 2017. I started as a case planner in my first job, and then I became a supervisor a year and a half later. Not as a case planner, but as a home finder supervisor. So, working with foster homes. And let me just say, I commend foster parents who volunteered and open up their homes and their time and stuff. But let me tell you, there are some foster parents out there that are fucking crazy. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. There's this series, you will hear me curse the most. I commend all of those who are great and work with agencies and who just works with, the parents and work with the school and anybody that's just any service provider. But if you're that foster parent that fights every step of the way, then you were not paying attention in those fucking classes you should have been learning. I think I'm a great worker. I have great qualities. I love the families I work with. I hate them, but I love them. Some of them. Actually, some of them I just don't even like. But you get those families you don't like, and then when it's time for them to finally just successfully move on, you kind of I liked you, even though you were an asshole. I liked you, and you had great qualities, because every family has great qualities. So don't think that I'm just shitting on every family I've worked with, but some of them have great qualities, even though they might not know it. And I made that face because I work with parents who are just way older than me that just don't, some of them don't have common sense. Honestly, it's just, and I have no kids, and this job has made me not want to have kids because I'm taking care of other people's kids. So if I'm taking care of other people's kids, I really don't need my own. But I don't want this series to just be, you know, see me as complaining, because, you know, people are going to like, if you're complaining, why don't you get a new job? I'm trying. But the world doesn't work like that. Like, it's not easy. I am trying, because I know I'm not happy in this field no more. But I'm going to speak for my people who can't just get up and leave because they want the pension, they need the insurance, and the things they need to fight for to stay in this job. So I'm going to speak up for my people. I got your backs. I'm going to speak up and tell the real stories that we go through. And some of the stories are sad. Some of the stories are just like straight up, you get funny. But, you know, I don't want this series, this weekly series, to be like, you know, if you're so miserable, Nikki, why don't you just leave? I'm trying, though. I'm going to repeat that so many times. I'm trying. But, you know, help me. Help me. Like, shoot, if you know something, help me. Tell me something so I can get out of here. I'm to the point where I honestly can say I am miserable in my job. But I have bills to pay. And the unfortunate thing is that people in this kind of field, we're stuck, because when you throw and put your resume out there, you really just keep getting called for the same kind of job. And sometimes you need to take a step back, because if you, this job will drain you. Like, I just want you guys to enjoy this channel and these Wednesdays that we're going to talk about, this Child Welfare Wednesdays, like, and Social Service Wednesdays, or whatever you want to call it. Shoot, here in Nakia, Vent Wednesdays. We're going to take off from here, and it's going to be great. And if you watching me is helping you self-care, then boo-boo, I'm proud of you. And you continue to watch, and me talking to you is helping me self-care. Because we all need to take care of ourselves in this time. Because honestly, and I'm going to probably say this every video, when you dead and gone, that job is going to replace you. That job is going to find a new person like that. They don't care if little Billy stroked out 2 days ago. Billy, somebody still got to come do your job. Just saying. So take care of yourself. We all need to take care of ourselves. You know, we shouldn't be young as I am, and feeling like I'm 50. Like, I honestly feel like I'm 50. That's not healthy. And it's not because I'm not healthy. It's just because I don't let myself rest. We get these jobs. Don't get me started. Like I said, we get these jobs and we don't even get to use the freaking time that we accumulate. Because if you miss a day in this field, you miss everything. That's what I'm going to say. Drop mic. You miss everything. You miss, shoot, a child done went and broke their leg, and you got to do all these incident reports because you missed a day. You decide to go get your freaking hair done, or you decide to not use your weekends to go to the doctors and use one of your weekdays. Girl, or when your supervisor gets mad because you decided to use the time you accumulated, girl, boy, them. Why give me time if I can't use it? Like I said, I'm freaking amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, we all have our flaws, but I'm a pretty awesome person on my good days. But I just want to bring myself to the world, and I feel like we all have something to offer, even when we don't feel like we do. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And